Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Delia, and I would highly appreciate if you guys click that subscribe button, like this video, and share my videos with everybody that you know. So I think the other day I asked on Instagram, what did you guys want to see next for my new videos? Did you guys want to see a vlog? Did you guys want to see an experience video with the Nexplanon? Did you guys want to see a makeup tutorial? And everybody said the birth control experience. I have tried a few other birth controls, so I'm gonna start with that, and then I will get to what it was like, the getting it inserted and getting it removed, why I got removed, and all the other side effects. So before this video starts, I know I look busted, crusted, and dusted. That is like my new saying now. It's like 7 where I live, so yeah, girl hasn't been doing nothing all day. But anyway, let's just get right into the video. I'm gonna start back when I first started birth control ever. So I started birth control in 2013. I was in high school, and I did not get birth control because of sexual activity. I did not even have sex yet. I got it mainly because my cramps were so bad. My period is very regular, and my cramps were so extremely painful. It was making me miss a lot of school during my period times. So my mom was like, you can't keep missing school, let's take you to the doctor, see what happened, because Midol did not work, Tylenol did not work, and ibuprofen worked a little bit, but my mom didn't want me to take ibuprofen so much. So we got to the doctor, and she was like, you've tried all these painkillers, are not working, the only other thing that we can advise is birth control. My mom was really iffy about it, because she didn't want me to be like, okay, well, I'm on birth control, let me go have sex now. That was not the case. So we ended up going along with it. The first birth control I ever tried was the pill. I think everybody always starts with the pill, and you know, the tiny little white pill, you take it every day. But then your girl got a boyfriend, and I kept forgetting to take it, and I was like not trying to have any more scares like I did in the beginning, and I was like, this is not working for me, I need to try something new. So then I went to the school nurse, and she advised the NuvaRing. So the NuvaRing is like a plastic little ring. It was about like not that big, it was like about this big, and you put it up, and it's supposed to lay on top of your uterus. So I got it done at school, and it was just uncomfortable for me. Every time I walked, I could feel it, like I could feel it right there, and apparently you're not supposed to be able to feel it. I went back to school the next day, and I was like, I can feel it when I'm walking. So she took a look, and she used, I don't know what it's called, but it's painful. She took that little metal thing that they stick inside, and they open it so you're like, you're open. And she looked inside, she tried to place it. The whole time I'm like crying and screaming, and she was like, your uterus is too small for the NuvaRing, it's not gonna work. So then I was like, okay, give me something else. So then I tried the patch. Now the patch is like my best friend. I am currently using the patch. It's like a sticker. It's maybe like this big, and it's like a it's a square triangle. It's a square, and you wear it for 3 weeks, and then the 4th week that you're not wearing it, well, you have to change it every week, but then the 4th week you can either not wear it and you'll get a period, or you can continue wearing it and you will not get a period. A little story at the end on why I like that one and everything like that. Then I was using the patch from 2013 to 2015 in January, because we were trying to conceive. I ended up conceiving my son in March, but I took it off in January, right? We did not conceive because I didn't know that it takes about a month for everything to fully come out your system. So it took a month, and then we conceived, had my son. Right after I had my son, I started the patch again. I had the patch from 2015 to 2016. Then I took off the patch when my son was 10 months and we conceived and had our daughter. So after I had my daughter was born March 23rd, 2017. I was discharged from the hospital March 25th, 2017. And before I got discharged, the doctor came in and was asking if I was interested in getting birth control. And at first I was like, no, I don't want to get birth control because I just had a baby. Like, I'm not worried about it. I only got on birth control really fast after I had my son because I knew that we were going to try to conceive again. But yeah, it like took a while. So I was like, I'm not, I was like, I want my body to heal and everything. And I was like, I don't want to start birth control like right now or anything. Then she told me about the Nexplanon. And the Nexplanon is a little bar about this long. Um, it looks like a fire match, the one that and they put it into this part of your arm. Mine was right here. I don't know if you guys can see. This is the scar I have from having it. So they put it in there, and it's good for 3 years, and then after your 3 years you go and you get another one for another 3 years. So she was like, you can get this one today if you want. And she was like, it's really quick, we numb you and everything. And she's like, it's good for 3 years, you have nothing to worry about or anything. So I was thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna get it. Worst decision ever. So I ended up getting it inserted. Now it only took like 10-15 minutes, I think. What they do, my background is gonna change real quick. Sorry guys, my scenery changed. I look a little bit of a more mess. But anyway, so the incision took 10 to 15 minutes. What they do is they numb up your arm with a shot. I believe it's morphine that they put in your shot. I could be wrong. So they put the shot in your arm. They wait a little bit for it to get numb. The shot, I think, was the worst part because it burned. And then there's like this, it looks like a pen. The pen has the birth control inside. What they do is they cut open a small little piece, and they stick the pen, and they shoot the pen, and the pen shoots the birth control inside. Then they put a band-aid over the this part, and then your flesh obviously is gonna grow back and everything. They bandaged me up and they put the gauze wrap and everything, and I got to go home. They gave me a card with the date that I got it inserted and when I need to go back and get my my second one. So remember the times, okay, that I'm telling you guys. March 25th I got it inserted. So I was already postpartum bleeding, and you know, when you postpartum bleed, it depends. Some women bleed for like 3 weeks, some women bleed for 6 weeks. I had my 6 weeks and everything, and I was still bleeding. During that time, I was breastfeeding, and you know, I felt fine. Didn't get depressed I'm only telling you guys for my 6 weeks. I didn't get depressed. I didn't feel overwhelmed, anything. Obviously, I had just gave birth, so yes, I was a little pudgy, but I didn't look like I was gaining more weight. Sorry, my uncle interrupted. So, fix this real quick. So then, 6 weeks went by. I was still bleeding. When I had my son, my bleeding ended up stopping at 3 weeks. So I was like, okay, every birth is different. Everybody's postpartum is going to be different. So bled 6 weeks, boom. 7th week came along and I was still bleeding. I wasn't really concerned, and I thought maybe I was just bleeding a little bit more because, you know, I have a newborn, I have a 1-year-old. I'm moving around a lot. I have a lot to do. So, you know, they always say the more you're moving around and doing things during your postpartum, you might bleed a little bit more. So I was like, okay. My daughter ended up being 1 month and I was still bleeding. And I'm like, okay, this is not normal. So then I was thinking maybe it's my period now. So then I kind of just let that pass. But then I noticed that my bleeding didn't stop after usually 5 to 7 days that my period usually does last. I was like, okay. So I gave my doctor a call and still feel fine. Everything's still breastfeeding fine, all that good stuff. Gave my doctor a call and I was like, hey, my daughter's a month now and I'm still bleeding. Like, what's going on? And she was like, well, it could just be that your body is trying to adjust to the Nexplanon. She was like, let's wait it out. Some people can bleed up to a few months to a year. And I was like, hold on, a year? Like, is that even normal? And she's like, yes, as long as you're not a lot of blood. I thought I was losing too much blood. I was taking iron pills because I did lose blood after I gave birth and I was anemic. My daughter turned 2 months, then 3 months, then 4 months, and I was still bleeding every single day. I had to wear the overnight pads because that's how much blood was coming out. Rarely did I have times that the bleeding would stop. So, you know, I had to take those times and be intimate with my significant other because it was really hard for me to be bleeding so much and us not be able to be intimate with each other. So my doctor was just like, we have to just wait it out. Just keep taking your iron pills, keep drinking a lot of water, try to rest as much as you can. I was like, okay. So this at the time, my daughter was 5 months. Remember this, guys, she was born in March. Here comes her 6 months. I'm still bleeding. And I'm like, what the hell? And in the back of my mind, I'm like, maybe my body is just trying to adjust to this new birth control. Because everybody else that I spoke to was like, I don't have a period no more. I don't bleed. None of this and that. I thought I was gonna be like that, but I guess not. My daughter turned 7 months, 8 months, still bleeding. By the time my daughter was 9 months, I was like, I'm done. I don't want this anymore. This is insane that I am bleeding every single day. Like I said, we were rarely intimate because I was bleeding so much. And I was like, I don't want it no more. So I gave my doctor a call and I was like, hey, I'm interested in taking this out. It's only been 8 months, but I don't want it anymore. I was like, I'm still bleeding and I'm just worried that I'm losing too much blood. I was like telling her the pads I'm wearing, how many times I had to change it a day. I was still taking my iron pills, my prenatal pills, increasing my water intake. I was breastfeeding too, so I'm like super exhausted. 2 babies that I'm trying to take care of. I'm breastfeeding full time. I have to clean and cook and change diapers and give baths and all this stuff. So I was like, I want to take it out. How about we wait a few more months, and if you're still bleeding, you can come in and we'll take a look at it and see what's going on. Honey, my daughter turned 10 months and I was like, I'm done. Sorry, I am done. Like, no more. It was already January. My daughter was gonna be a year soon, and I was still bleeding from the time I had her. I was like, oh hell no, I am done. The arm was fine. When I took off the bandage about a week after getting it, this whole thing was bruised. So if you had the Nexplanon, you guys would know how bruised it gets. My daughter turned 10 months and I was like, I'm done. Over it. Don't want it anymore. Take it out right now. So I made an appointment on January 18th to go in and get it taken out. I went in, and the doctor that I had as my primary doctor was not the doctor that delivered my daughter. I went to see my primary care doctor. She was asking me all these questions, and I'm telling her everything I already told her over the phone. Then I told her the day that I got it done, which was March 25th, 2017. I was like, I got discharged that day with my daughter and they put it in me. And she was like,
you got it the day you were discharged from having your daughter?
And I was like, yeah. I was like, the doctor that delivered my daughter said that I can get it. And she was like, it's best not to get birth control as soon as you give birth because your body just went through labor. Now you're getting something inserted to you and your whole body's about to change. She was like, she shouldn't have let you get it right there and then. You should have waited until your postpartum 6 weeks were done. And I was like, great. All this because the doctor said I could get it. If I knew that, I would have waited to try it out. Y'all, when I got this thing taken out, so she did the same thing as they did when you get it inserted. I lay down, morphined me up. She cut my arm and she had to like pull it out. At first she had a hard time taking it out, and she was like,
if we can't get it out, you're gonna have to get surgery.
I was like, you better get this thing out now. Like, I am not playing. She took it out, bandaged me up, blah blah blah. I kid you not within 24 hours I didn't bleed anymore. And I was like, really? All this because of this little thing? Never again will I try it. The doctor doesn't even know, could it have been my postpartum bleeding, could it have been periods, or what was making me bleed so much. A year later I ended up getting back on the patch, and that is what I'm on currently. My daughter is 3 years old now, and I love the patch. The patch does not make me gain weight, don't really break out from it. My mood goes up and down, but it's not super severe like depression or anything. It's really easy. You can put it here, you could put it on your bikini area, you could put it on your butt cheek, and you could put it right here on your shoulder blade. You have those spots to change it every week this same day. So my change days are Wednesdays. The fourth Wednesday I get my period. I really like it. It is flesh color, but you can still notice it. I've had a few people be like,
you have a nicotine patch?
And I'm like, no, it's a patch so I don't have babies no more. You can stop whenever you want. It does take about a month for it to fully get out of your system. Don't really have any cons about it. A big con that I do have about the Nexplanon, besides the bleeding, is that I know people who have had it for past 3 years and they have fertility issues. So that is a big thing to really think about if you're thinking about getting the Nexplanon and keeping it in so long. I know people that have gotten blood clots from it. People have had it break in their arm and all that stuff. So those are just things to think about. So yeah, those are just some things to think about if you're thinking about getting Nexplanon or you just got Nexplanon. Please, I know everybody's body's different, but please, I highly suggest you just don't get Nexplanon right after giving birth. You might end up like me, bleeding for a very long time. And yeah, so that's just kind of my story with the Nexplanon. It was really quick and simple, I know. And I know I had to like cut a few times because people just keep walking in on me and don't ever let me film. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to check the description box so you guys can follow me on all social media. And I will see you guys next video.